On May 12th, it started off with a dream. I was in the kitchen, and in the front room, there was this huge chair with someone sitting on it. And over to the left, there was just kind of people kind of moving around a little bit, you know, kind of wiggling and all that. So I take a picture, and they're all lined up in like a perfect row, all sitting perfectly. And I go and I show someone else this picture that's in the kitchen, and they're like, they can't see the picture or whatever, it just kind of changes. And like, I'm trying to get back to the picture, and I'm like, as I'm looking at it, I see Christmas as a folder, and then below it I see another day, and I'm trying to get to that date, you know. And I don't know what that date was, but then the scene changed, and there's this plateau area, and some of the people that were there from the previous dream, I think, and this one woman, she gets up there, and she's not supposed to be up there, and she gets these coals of fire all like connected together, so like it's kind of like she's lifting them up all together at once, and like digging underneath this soot or whatever's underneath these coals of fire, and basically puts it on her face like an Indian. And from what I understand, the Indian is like the flesh. Now automatically I didn't think that in the dream, but the first thing I thought is the wrath of God is on her. And so Indian also can refer to the flesh. And so she left, and then me and this other lady went up there to these coals of fire. I was kind of like hesitant, like, we're supposed to be here kind of deal. She scooped down, took coals of fire in her hands, and then we started walking, me and her. And as we walked, this beam of light came down, hit us, and we turned gold. And we just kind of went through, and they're like, go back, we want to see you as gold. So we go back, and we just kind of like take a step back, and we're in this light, and she has like these coals of fire in her hands, and we're just like shining gold. The one other distinct feature I do remember was, I think it was me, but I'm not 100% sure, was the lips were extra gold. And that automatically reminded me of the one part in Isaiah where he talks about, he takes the coals of fire, or the coals, and basically puts it to his lips and purifies them in that fashion. So that's not the end of the dream. Well, that was the end of the dream, but what happened next was, I would say more on the supernatural level, was I woke up to the thunder of the Lord, is the best way I could describe it. And it was right above my bed, just kind of like thundering through my house, and my ears heard the thunder, and it was like as if he was speaking and downloading stuff into my spirit, or it was like saying, judgment has gone out. And as this was happening, it's like there's started other thunders that went off, and it was almost like automatically I knew it was like they're going out, like these lightnings are going out, like out and about against my enemies and all this stuff. And I'm like, just like, do I really have that many enemies? And the one thing is like, you know, I'm on the Lord's side. Of course I have that many enemies. Didn't really think about it in that sense, but yeah. So I looked up what coals of fire and see what I could find. And the verses I got was, I was just kind of like stunned by them. 2 Samuel 22, verses 13 through 15 is what I'm going to read. Through the through the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled. The Lord thundered from heaven, and the Most High uttered his voice. And he sent out arrows and scattered them, lightning and discomfort them. I'm like, this is exactly what was happening to me. And I'm like, whoa. So, and that one verse in Isaiah about the lips with the coals is Isaiah 6:6-7. And I'm going to read this. Then flew one of the seraphim unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar. He laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this has touched thy lips. Thy iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. And I'm just like, the purifying fires, refining us as gold. And I'm like, this is just too much not to be nothing. It is something from the Lord. As for the first dream, on the left side of God is where judgment takes place. Judgment's gone out, and the Lord reigns. God bless.